Hello guys, I'm back. First of all, I know what you're probably asking yourself right now. Where was this asshole? Did he finally drink himself to death? Well, not yet, boys and girls, not yet. The truth is, I've been really busy studying and working for the past 3 months of my absence, because summer is fast approaching and that means I now have to explain over and over every fucking day to new clients that, unfortunately, they won't be losing 30 pounds of fat and getting chisel abs for the beach in just 1 month. And by the way, a friendly piece of advice. Do not mix half a bottle of absinthe with shrooms. Yeah, it feels pretty great at first, but it can land you in intensive care followed by a recovery period in the hospital that could last up to 3 months. It happened to my friend, so yeah. Anyway, as I was lying on grass on Sunday morning, sunbathing and basically speedrunning skin cancer, I started thinking about the good old shitness industry. When I started my lifting journey forever ago, the fitness industry was very different, to say the least. Everything was smaller, more original, and had more soul, so to speak. The content that was available to us back then consisted of old school Athlean X, Rich Piana, Scott Herman, and many others whose names most teenagers today don't even know. We drank BCAAs and mass gainers, blasted EDM, which was actually good at the time, and spent countless nights on bodybuilding forums arguing about which bro split was superior, all in hopes that before summer hits we'd look like Jeff Side, the embodiment of aesthetics and every gym bro's wet dream back when he was 19. And apart from a few rare exceptions, people who lifted back then did it because they genuinely loved it. When I look back at those times now, they truly feel like the ancient history, because those days are long gone. Somewhere along the way something shifted. The culture changed, lifting was no longer just about the love of training or the simple pursuit of getting stronger. It became something else entirely. Something driven less by the love of sport and personal growth and more by external validation. And while some of you might argue in the comments that this has always been the case, yes, that's true to some extent, but in the past few years things have gotten considerably worse. Scroll through social media today and you will quickly notice the difference. Fitness today is solely about status. It's about image. The gyms have turned into stages where your worth is determined by how many people admire your reflection, literally. And now this isn't just speculation or me being over dramatic or nostalgic crybaby. It's the natural outcome of an industry that has been swallowed by social media algorithms and of course brain-dead influencer culture. The dopamine loops, the endless and cringeworthy chase for approval, the pressure to outdo the last physique update, countless young men and women losing their lives, pushing themselves to frightening extremes in pursuit of a perfection that keeps drifting further out of reach, for no reason at all. That's the reality of modern fitness. If we take a closer look at modern Western capitalist society, especially in the last decade, we can observe an interesting pattern. More and more individuals define themselves externally, through their social status, their looks and online presence, rather than through their skills or character. And boy do I have solution for that. Just kidding. This phenomenon is a direct result of materialistic and image-focused cultural values. It's a self-perpetuating cycle that sinks deeper and deeper every year. Each new level of external validation is rewarded with social media engagement. More likes, more comments, and more attention, aka more clout. And what does clout bring? Rain. Bruh. A strong dopamine rush, a temporary feeling of significance and being more important than you actually are. I have said this many times and I will say it again. External validation is a modern day drug. And just like any drug, it creates a ever-worsening dopamine loop. And what does that mean in practice? Well, it means that whatever gives you that dopamine hit today will not be enough tomorrow. Your brain adapts and you need a bigger dose. In the fitness industry, this translates to never being satisfied with your physique and looks. The body you proudly posted 6 months ago no longer feels impressive. Why? Because, as everybody knows at this point, social media constantly exposes you to enhanced influencers who are pushing the limits further, getting cleaner, bigger, or simply more perfect. Young people see this and feel that they must follow the same path or be left behind. Their self-worth becomes a moving target, always just out of reach. This obsession with external validation has turned fitness into something unnatural. Originally, training and exercise were meant to enhance health, function and longevity, but today these goals take a backseat to aesthetics and quote-unquote perfection. Saying that you go to the gym for health and longevity these days is like saying that you have OnlyFans to showcase your best woodwork to your most loyal followers. It's so rare that it's almost hard to believe, and consequently the most gullible individuals, like teenagers and young adults, begin to associate their entire value as human beings with their physical appearance. And when this pursuit of validation becomes the primary motivator in your life, it is only a matter of time before unhealthy extremes like performance-enhancing drugs and eating disorders come into place. Ironically, the industry that was supposed to promote self-improvement and well-being, although it never really has hit a new rock bottom and became a psychological trap, leading young people away from true fulfillment and deeper purpose. Like you already know, the internet is a gladiatorial bloodbath for attention, with countless influencers, marketers and other social media troglodytes fighting to influence and shape your desires and worldview. Every day, young folks are bombarded with conflicting messages about what constitutes a good life, what will make them happy, and who should they aspire to be. And this flood of information and noise is leading to an increasingly common phenomenon called the crisis of identity. More and more young people struggle to define who they truly are and what they truly want. Now, in this chaotic digital landscape, fitness influencers, more than anyone else, appear to offer a simple answer. Every day your Instagram feeds are flooded with before and after transformations, stories of regular people who went from skinny nobodies to aesthetic Greek gods with millions of followers and huge financial success. The message is clear: if they did it, so can you. And yes, at first this sounds inspiring and pushes many teenagers to start working out and eating healthier. But after some time, it leads to a dangerous mindset shift. Instead of fitness being a part of your life, it becomes the center of your identity. Slowly, everything else, relationships, friendships, education, career, personal growth, becomes secondary to achieving the perfect body. And this is where the real tragedy begins. When someone's entire identity is built solely around their appearance and status, their ego becomes extremely fragile. Any imperfection, like having a bad workout, waking up slightly more bloated than usual, or even seeing someone leaner or stronger, is enough to completely destroy their day and push them into bad mood that, after time, turns into frustration and hatred. This is why arguments and debates in the fitness industry often turn into so-called beefs, and in the worst cases, even lead to violence. Confronting someone's fitness beliefs and workout approaches is, in a way, an attack on their identity. The very thing that was supposed to make young people stronger, healthier and more confident ends up making them mentally weaker, more insecure and completely dependent on external approval. This is why so many fitness influencers, despite their sculpted physiques and apparent success, openly struggle with mental health issues, body dysmorphia, and even depression. When your sense of self-worth is tied entirely to something as fleeting as your physical form, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of dissatisfaction and lost dreams. Now, here is the cold and brutal truth, and the most important part of this video. The vast majority of these teens will end up disappointed. Their dreams of becoming a fitness influencer, landing huge sponsorship deals, and making a living by posting gym content on social media will never materialize. From a purely statistical standpoint, the odds are stacked against them. Maybe 1 in a million will get lucky and make it to the influencer/model level, where they can actually sustain themselves financially. The rest, they will spend years chasing a fantasy, pouring endless time, energy, and even money into building their social media presence, only to realize that likes and followers do not automatically translate into financial success and long-term happiness. Why is this the case? Because the fitness industry, especially on social media, is oversaturated. For every aspiring fitness influencer posting homoerotic gym selfies and transformation photos, there are thousands of of others doing the exact same thing. Simply having an impressive physique is not enough anymore. There are countless people with great bodies who remain completely unknown and financially unsuccessful. Even those who do gain some traction over time often face another harsh reality. Social media rewards entertainment, not expertise. The most successful fitness influencers are not necessarily the most knowledgeable or even the hardest working individuals. Instead, they're often the ones who are the most extreme, the most controversial, or simply the best at playing the algorithm. They exaggerate their results, push trends, and a lot of times even straight up lie to their audience just to stay relevant. And let's not forget one final crucial point here. Fitness alone is not enough to build long-term financial security. Just like traditional careers where skills and expertise accumulate over time, the fitness industry does offer stable career paths, whether as a personal trainer, coach, dietitian, etc. But these require the same dedication as any other profession. Years of education, hands-on experience, and consistent effort are necessary to build a lasting reputation and financial security. In contrast, being just a fitness influencer has an expiration date. Algorithms change, trends shift, and newer, younger influencers emerge every single day. The moment someone stops posting consistently, loses relevance, or simply becomes too old is the moment their income starts disappearing. Most of these teens will never reach a point where their fitness content can sustain them. Instead, they will waste years chasing validation, spending money on unnecessary supplements, cookie-cutter fitness programs, and even risking their health with extreme diets or performance-enhancing drugs, all for a dream that was never realistic to begin with. And when reality finally sets in, they will be left with nothing but regret, probably wondering why they sacrificed so much chasing an illusion that was never within their reach. And so the fitness industry has become a requiem for a dream, completely twisted by social media, materialism, and dopamine-driven self-obsession. The tragedy is that many young people enter fitness with good intentions, to be healthier, stronger, and more confident. But instead of finding empowerment, they find an identity crisis and addiction. So yeah, that's enough yapping for today. Since I've been MIA for quite some time, YouTube algorithm probably shitted me out and buried me under 17 layers of Andrew Huberman podcasts and cancerous fitness drama videos. So pretty please, do your boy a favor, like, comment and share this video, and I'll see you next time.